For the first time ever, we go behind the scenes at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park
I'm hoping that she might be pregnant.
to meet the most unforgettable animals. And the team of devoted experts
That was awesome. I'm psyched.
whose mission is to care for their lives, tell their inspiring stories, and protect their wild habitats around the world.
The fun is just beginning.
The sun shines down on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. A moment of serenity for the 34 species that call it home, including this herd of 11 Maasai giraffes. But out here, the peace never lasts for long.
Got all the giraffe running behind us right now. All of the kids. And that's Kenya.
Keeper Rory has a soft spot for 11-year-old supermom Kenya.
I've known her for 4 years, and I would like to think she thinks that we're best friends. But she's a giraffe, so I don't really know what's happening inside that head of hers. Kenya's a great mom. Kenya has had 4 kids here at Disney. 3 of them are still on property. One of them is over at the lodge. His name is Maximus. And then Amira is Kenya's daughter. And then this is Mara, Kenya's other daughter.
The park has had success breeding Maasai giraffes just like Kenya, with 11 born in just 5 years.
Giraffe are a vulnerable species, so every new individual is important for the species as a whole. Each giraffe has an absolute individual personality. But Kenya, I feel a connection with her. Who doesn't love a best friend with a purple tongue? Before coming here, the animal training I did was all big cats. When you start working with giraffe, it's like a totally different world. Giraffe are a prey species. So whenever there's something new or something weird, the giraffe usually will pick up on it. The patience level is so much bigger, but I love it.
And Rory better love it because Kenya will take all the time she needs.
Kenya is a healthy giraffe with some hoof issues. She has had an issue for a long time where she has overgrowth on her front hooves, particularly her front left.
To help Kenya's hoof problem,
I'm gonna bring the tools.
behind the scenes, the team goes above and beyond to create a special program for its giraffes. Right now, a simple hoof trim requires sedation.
It's not the easiest thing in the world to anesthetize a giraffe. It's a really big deal. They're very big, there's risk involved there. So if we can do all these hoof trims without ever having to take a single medication, then that's the ideal scenario. Rory!
So cast members attempt something remarkable.
She is our first giraffe that we've trained for voluntary hoof trims ever in the history of Animal Kingdom.
Oh, this one might be good. We've been trying over a long period of time to get Kenya into this chute and put her foot on this block.
If the team can pull this off with Kenya, it could bring a hoof health revolution for the whole herd.
Let's do this one.
But training this girl to take just a few small steps has taken 8 months.
I can't say giraffe are stubborn, they're just really good at being giraffe. They're not gonna do something that they don't wanna do.
Giraffe tend to do things on their own schedule, and so this has been a slow process.
Everyone good?
I'm ready.
All right, let's rock and roll. Good morning, Kenya. Hey, baby girl.
Typically, there's one thing guaranteed to get a giraffe moving.
Food.
But today, maybe not so much.
It's like, what is going on here?
She's very aware of her surroundings, so anything that's different, she kind of stops.
Might be here a while.
I've got nothing but time.
Good girl, Kenya.
Sometimes we have to wait like an hour before she comes in.
That's a good girl. Come on.
If I meditated, it would be a great time to meditate.
Come on. Look at all the food.
Just sitting here contemplating life.
I saw that. A little glimmer in your eye.
Kenya, I implore you.
All right, last try. Dan's got 2 minutes, Kenya.
Like she's toying with me.
With Kenya unwilling to play along,
I think that might be all she wrote.
the team must figure out another plan.
I think we're done.
We're gonna regroup a little bit.
Back on stage in the land of Africa, out on the savannah, the biggest resident in the whole park wants his breakfast.
All right, here he comes. There he is in all his glory. He's obviously the biggest and oldest male that we have. So yeah, he's humongous.
And where 5.5-ton Mac goes, others follow.
So here we go, yep. Okay, so we have Jabali walking up now. Oh, we have Savo coming up. Our kind of hierarchy is Max first, obviously. He's the biggest, largest, oldest. Underneath him is Savo, you know, he's the next oldest, next biggest, and then Jabali kind of follows in at the bottom.
At feeding time, elephants here chow down on hay and grass. A bull Mac's size can eat up to 300 pounds a day. And Mac makes the rules at this breakfast table.
Mac has a bubble around him. That's his space right now. They're communicating right now, we just can't hear. So he's basically already told these boys that this is where he's gonna be eating for a little bit, so don't come in this bubble just yet.
But some rules are made to be broken.
Savo's approaching Mac in the center of the yard. Savo's a little bit more courageous, you could say. He knows that there's some more green stuff, some goodies closer to Mac. He's cautious, he's kind of reaching his nose out to sort of see where Mac's at. Testing the waters to see what kind of mood Mac's in. We'll see how close he wants to get to Mac. Pretty brave. And apparently it's not worth it. So he'll keep moving on.
Mac wants to enjoy his meal in peace. But the boys have other plans.
We're at the sparring point already this morning. It can look really intense, but they can handle it, basically. Mac regulates a lot of what happens out here. So if that gets a little too rough, he might take a step or two in that direction and maybe break it up.
And enough's enough.
Oh, Mac's moving a little bit. Here we go. Yep, Mac's approaching a little bit. He's basically telling the boys to move off. Just that little step or two from Mac, and the little boys kind of moved away. Just little stuff like that. They're communicating with each other. Savo and Jabali are learning different social cues and physical cues and growing up and learning around Mac how to be a bigger bull.
Mac may be the model patriarch, but he does have a few miles on the odometer. And today,
Michelle, whenever you guys are ready, I have Mac.
he heads backstage for an inspection by Dr. Ryan.
A checkup for an elephant involves the same thing as it would for a person or, your dog or cat. We just really need to get a good overview of how they look, how they move.
Hey, bud.
Elephants are a little challenging just because of their sheer size. They let you know when they're not very comfortable with what's going on, so you have to be really careful.
First up, a check of the cooling system.
Mac, here. There, good boy.
All right, going up.
Good boy, Mac.
There's a whole bunch of visible blood vessels that can give me some ideas about blood pressure. They use these blood vessels to increase blood flow to their ears to help blow off heat. So cool. Really, we're not seeing anything out of the ordinary. Can I touch his tail?
Yeah.
He's got a couple broken off hair shafts here, but they look fine.
Mac, foot.
Foot health is incredibly important in elephants. Most people don't realize that if you look at the elephant skeletal structures, they actually stand up on their toes.
A balanced built-in suspension system makes it possible.
There is a large cushion under their foot, so that cushion absorbs a lot of the shock.
Mackie, more foot.
Thanks, bud. You walk around, you're that big, and you have toenails, you're gonna knock them and nick them and crack them every once in a while. You look, my nails aren't perfect. Needs a manicure.
The exterior checks out. Now for a look under the hood.
All right, let's move on to Mac's mouth.
Mac, trunk. Good, steady.
Very good.
Good boy.
You guys seen this thing up here? That little hole there, that's not supposed to be there. I don't know what that is.
The spot has Dr. Ryan stumped.
We'll figure out how to get a better look at it.
Backstage off the savannah. It's take 2 for Kenya, as she attempts a first for the park's giraffes, a voluntary hoof trim.
Can I have a Kenya, please?
Despite months of trying, the team won't give up.
Good afternoon, Kenya. Let's rock and roll. Hi. You can do it. You got it. Show your stuff, honey. Hey, Nikki.
Yes, sir.
You want to go up on the platform and just see what's going on?
With Kenya refusing to come out for food, Plan B means bringing the food to Kenya.
Yeah, this is easier, huh?
Voila.
You're drooling. You getting some of that drool, Dan?
Something's hitting me.
That's Kenya. Kind of like when a bird poops on you, it's good luck. When she hears that noise, she knows that she is doing a desired behavior. We pair it with food so that she knows, oh, I'm doing something good, I'm gonna get food. It's all about positive reinforcement.
Exactly.
This might be the big moment.
You want to take some food from Maury? Look, he's got more.
One small step for Kenya could mean a giant leap for the park's giraffe herd.
Yes, great job, girl. You're doing great. I am very proud of you.
She finally hits her mark, right next to Dr. Dan.
Even if she puts her foot on there for a second, I'd be
Oh my
happy.
God, we're gonna give her all the food. Left.
Didn't quite get it on the box.
Left.
She is giving it a lot of effort. She's coming really close. Yep. Come on.
Left.
Yeah, come on, you got this. Yep. Now roll it over. I'm kind of holding my breath because I want her to finally nail it. You are so close. Okay, there we go. Let's take that. Okay, I'm gonna do some stuff here. She's letting me really work to get the entire abnormal part of her hoof off of there. Kenya doesn't feel what I'm doing at all. She can feel that something is happening, but the material that I'm taking off of her hoof isn't alive. It's the equivalent of your fingernail or your hair.
Who the best giraffe?
Let's end it. That was awesome.
That
That was incredible.
was incredible.
Good job, Dr. Dan. Good job, Kenya. That was awesome.
Finally.
I'm psyched. I'm psyched. People have no idea how much goes on behind the scenes here.
I'm pumped. This is a big deal because at Disney, this is the first time we've been able to do this on any of our giraffes.
From where we started with Kenya to now being able to curl her foot up on that block is a huge monumental achievement.
Nice
I'm
work.
super excited. Thank you.
It's a momentous occasion. I want to toss
perfect.
it like confetti. Is that something we can do?
Out on the savannah, the young bull elephants frolic fancy-free. That's because Big Boss Mac has an appointment backstage with Dr. Ryan.
Good, steady.
He's found something unusual inside the big guy's mouth.
He's got a defect in his palate. I've got the light shined right on it. It's like a little pocket that seems to have collected some food material. That little hole there, that's not supposed to be there. Oh, that's interesting.
Good boy.
I wanted to wash it out because he had a bunch of food stuck on his palate. Will he let you hose him? Mm-hmm. Let's do that.
But there's no need to offer a hose to someone with a hose of his own.
Boy trunk. Good open, Mac. Steady.
We'll figure out how to get a better look at it.
Getting a good look requires quick thinking and the help of the camera crew.
I think a GoPro on a stick is in our future. Are you guys okay with that?
Hopefully this patient isn't too hungry.
You guys won't be upset
Right,
if he eats it, right?
No.
Okay, Mac, you ready? Good boy. Mackie, stretch. All right, Mac, good stretch. Good boy. Mac trunk.
And now, time to open wide.
Good boy, Mackie, good open. All right, Ryan, just tell me where we need to go. Good
Okay,
open.
come
good
forward.
open, Mac. Good.
Okay, stop. Move to his left a little bit, and then towards his nose.
Anything, Ryan?
What I can tell is there's that pocket up in there. It's got some stuff packed in it, so there was little pieces of hay sticking out of it.
I think we're gonna lose him.
That's okay. That was a great look. It's kind of hard to say what it is at this point. It doesn't seem to be bothering him at all. So we need to investigate it a little bit more to figure out what's going on. Look at that. Look at how much I just gave you.
Right? See?
I'm a really nice veterinarian.
At sundown, the park takes on a whole new life. And the animals roam under a whole new light, while guests head out on a sunset safari. Like every other intricately designed environment here, from ancient Asian temples to lush African forests, expert habitat designers, along with the Disney Imagineers, bring it all to life.
We're trying to keep you inside a world of story. We just want you to feel like the experience is kind of weirdly real.
Their latest creation could mean a new dawn for sunset viewing. It looks just like a tree, but it also provides an animal-friendly ray of light.
Elephants are super important for our guests to see. They love seeing the elephants. The elephants aren't incredibly visible out on the safari at night. So what we've ended up doing was making this thing look like a palm tree. Looks super real, that's great. You guys have done such a good job. A lot of things at stake here. This is the first time we've ever done this. This is, I think, one of the coolest fake trees that has ever been built.
More than a year of work went into creating a tree that looks natural.
This is all stainless steel, and all the steel has been coated with epoxy and sculpted, and then the moss, the lichen, those are all paint treatments. These are the stainless steel mesh palm fronds. It has a translucent character to it, so it feels more organic.
What differentiates Animal Kingdom is the safety of the animals as well. So making sure that the whole pole is high enough that the elephants, they don't get light shine in their eyes are super important.
Tonight brings the make or break moment to the latest addition to the Sunset Safari.
We put all this work into this beautiful piece of nature, and then we want it to be essentially hidden. So hopefully all that pays off tonight.
Not far from the savannah sits a corner of the park where guests can get up close to some of its cuddliest critters. It's known as the Affection Section. Some of these residents are rescues, enjoying a safe and cozy new home. One favorite fowl is Popcorn the Frizzle Chicken.
Popcorn's been here for about a year. Poor Popcorn is just found in a parking lot. We don't really know much about her background except for that. When Popcorn was brought here, she was in rough shape. When I saw her, my heart just broke for her. She was super comfortable around people, but when she met the other chickens, the color drained from her face and she hid under my arm. So best guess is that she was a discarded pet. But our flock accepted her, and now she gets the best of both worlds. She knows how to be a chicken, and she still loves being around people. So it really doesn't matter if you were born here or if you're a rescue. Every animal gets the same love and care here at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
But now Popcorn has her keepers worried.
Popcorn started to present signs of illness about 2 days ago, and upon examination, the vets found out that they needed her to get surgery today.
Popcorn has an issue with her reproductive tract. Essentially what's happened is the egg has partially developed. It got stuck in there, and if an egg gets stuck in the reproductive tract, it can make chickens extremely ill.
The team must correct the problem by removing her reproductive organs. Major surgery like this requires help from Dr. Jeff.
Popcorn's very special to me. I was here when she arrived, and it was just a great connection for me. She'd had a really hard life, and we just had the opportunity to make her life wonderful.
In Popcorn's time of need, one member of her Disney family flies to her side.
They decided that we would bring Orange over here. Orange is our rooster, and take blood from him in case we needed to do a blood transfusion. So thank you, Orange, for the donation.
It's a fairly complicated surgery.
Just to take a nice breath.
Chickens are somewhat fragile anesthetic patients. They can be a little bit unpredictable in how they respond.
I'm really nervous right now because my little friend here is going in for surgery, and every time someone goes in for surgery, it's risky. Ready?
It's a little tense.
Ryan and I are just clamping the blood vessels.
So far, so good.
Dr. Dr. Ryan and Dr. Jeff now move forward with the delicate procedure.
Trying to be very cautiously optimistic, but I don't really want to get my hopes up too much.
We have her oviduct and uterus out.
Not having a reproductive tract won't affect Popcorn at all. If anything, it'll make her life a little bit easier because she'll no longer lay eggs.
With brave little Popcorn's surgery a success, the team wakes her up.
There she is.
Good morning.
Are you thirsty, girl? Popcorn's better. Thank you, Dr. Ryan.
You're welcome.
I feel a huge amount of relief, but there's still hurdles ahead as she recovers.
Long after the park closes, the spotlight turns to the Disney Imagineers.
Just bringing in the light pole now.
Their brand new palm tree light is ready for installation.
We've done a lot of work to prepare for this. We've been waiting such a long time for this to happen.
Now we're gonna put it up. So we'll see how this goes. With any luck, everything's perfect. They're gonna use that machine with a strap just to lift it up. Let the machine do the work. It's just a delicate thing right now with all those branches out.
With the 5,000-pound tree suspended in midair, the team must lower it precisely into position.
That goes.
Once secured, the palm light will be able to handle hurricane-force winds of up to 180 miles per hour.
It's now installed, bolted down.
Looks great, right? Looks like a real tree.
Last but not least, the team positions the light to just the right angle.
We want everybody to have a good time and be able to see all the animals. But the reason why I'm out here is it also has to be enjoyable for the elephants.
We've done extensive testing to make sure that the elephants are gonna be okay with the lights. Our color temperature really mimics the sunset, so it really helps with the animals at night. Can we angle that light down so it lights the top of the palms a little less?
Okay, yeah.
We're adjusting the angle that the light hits the yard, and we're gonna play with the intensity. We're gonna make it a little brighter, a little darker.
Okay, I gotta go more left.
I'm happy with the spread, much better.
Now it's just to see if the elephants like it.
Yeah, bring them out.
Nothing so far. Okay, I can see movement.
Herd boss Mac ventures out first.
That's what I'm looking for. Perfect.
And as always, where Mac goes, others follow close behind.
It's been a long night. Super happy that we've got the habitat finally lit up.
It's a huge undertaking here at Animal Kingdom just to make sure that the elephants have what they need. Very happy with that.
At the affection section, almost a week has passed since brave little Popcorn's procedure.
Oh, good girl. Yay, oh my gosh, she looks great.
And now keepers want to show her off to guests.
This is Popcorn. We named her Popcorn. Obviously, she kind of looks like a little Colonel Popcorn, right? So we're doing her final recovery check here to make sure she is ready to go back home and be back with her flock.
See if she'll stand up. Her attitude's great. She's doing fantastic. You know, she doesn't mind it when you give her some scratches, if you give her some scratches in the right place. She looks really good. Looks like she's recovered nicely.
She's had some time to get back on her feet, and now Adriel returns Popcorn to her feathered friends.
She's a really big part of our flock. It'll be really amazing to see them reunited. You're back home. Good girl.
She's looking great.
So we'll just try to let one out of the door at a time.
I'll try my best. All right, here comes Buffalo.
Hello, Biscuit. Hi, good morning. I know Orange is one of her biggest fans.
All right, here comes Orange.
Excited to have your whole flock back together?
All the girls.
These are all my ladies. She's back to her normal behavior.
I think it went really well. I'm happy with the results.
It's fabulous. It's really awesome to have her back.
This morning, Dr. Ryan returns backstage to check on the unusual hole in Mac's mouth.
Mac, stretch. Good boy.
And this time, he brings some high-tech gear.
I'm gonna look at this first.
A state-of-the-art thermography camera.
His armpits are warm.
Good boy.
Snuggle up in an elephant armpit.
This specialty camera will reveal if Mac's mouth is giving off excess heat, a potential sign of inflammation.
Just trying to see if there's any changes in the heat signature of his hard palate.
There's no obvious cause for concern, but Dr. Ryan still needs to be sure.
Good open, Mac.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
I have a really good view of it right now. It looks like just a little expanded pocket, but it looks exactly the same.
Good boy, Mac.
It looks all nice and smooth. It's not inflamed. Okay. Elephants and animals in general, just like people, you know, they're not all built the same and they have little variations on normal. I don't think it's causing him any discomfort whatsoever.
Are you done? No, you have to give me the bucket though. Like, it's, thank you.
All hail the king.
Now that Mac's got the all clear, he can return to his day job on the savannah, reigning as king of the herd. But he doesn't just keep the boys in check. As the park's only breeding bull, he's responsible for creating the next generation. And today, Big Mac has a date.
Kianga is our up-and-coming matriarch, so she's very important to this herd for the next generation.
If Mac does become a dad, for the 4th time, it's more than just great news for everyone at the park. Because they face threats of poaching and habitat loss, Mac plays an important role for elephants all over the world.
Mackie's just eating his shredded wheat. Now we're seeing interest from Kianga. That's a big change in behavior, her being that confident with Mac.
But right now, Mac has other priorities.
Mac's giving her kind of a bit of a standoffish look.
But Kianga does not give up easily.
She's not taking no for an answer. What you see right now is a definition of interest. That determination, that's pretty impressive. Look at that. That's insane. He's being incredibly patient. She's pestering. Even when he's given her signs to go away, she continues. Oh, here we go. Which she's doing everything she can. That behavior is just, look, I'm being totally submissive.
And that means Kianga wants some romance. this could mean a second date and ultimately promising news for the species.
Seeing Kianga's relationship with Mac blossom is super exciting. Even if he doesn't breed this round, this is all like super cool for building relationship and building confidence. Kianga's learning how to interact with Mac. So it's up to them.